If this following footage is real, I really hope this video doesn't get taken down. Let's find out. We're gonna watch New Mutants on Disney Plus September 4th. I did see on Twitter earlier that this rumor was going around. I saw a brief image, and my initial reaction is no! I really want this to come out in theaters because it's the one movie that's truly earned it for its perseverance. But then I have a bunch of following thoughts that would make a lot of sense if on Comic Con this Thursday or Friday, whenever I have a panel, as to why they would do this. So yeah, stay after the reaction. Share those thoughts later. Let's see.
All of you are dangerous. That's why you're here. Do you know what mutants are? Hey,
No! But I get it. This looks real. It's gonna be fake though.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren, and in a
it could be
very
fake.
interesting and
Easily
weird
fake.
turn of events, it has been announced that the New Mutants is going straight to Disney Plus on September 4th.
That's when The Boys comes
there's
out.
A ton of debate about this morning on whether or not this was real or fake. And as it stands right now, it seems to be real, and there are a few key reasons why. So, just for
lay it on me.
this was aired only in Australia. And one point is that it has never before seen footage in it. This footage is literally nowhere to be found. It is brand new. Also, the
Damn, they're really doing it.
About that,
the announcement that New Mutants is coming to Streaming Plus on the TV is a real Australian ad. Also, the M at the bottom left of the TV is the Australian rating for mature, which is a rating that the New Mutants will have. And since this was recorded by somebody simply recording their TV, it's really hard to fake, especially with the ads in it and never before seen footage for the New Mutants.
But wait a minute,
And
I got a
to top it
question.
off, not to mention, Disney plus the New Mutants at Comic Con had supposedly a really big announcement coming up. So
Yeah,
it does seem like this is real.
exactly.
It just somehow got leaked. Somebody over in Australia made a mistake and aired it too early.
Right, that's my point. Like,
Have heard
who would
that
make this
Disney
mistake?
has apparently denied this being true. Well, just for reference, when things leaked for Solo, they denied that being true as well, and then the movie came out and they ended up being true. So if Disney somehow made a mistake and aired this when they weren't supposed to, they're not going to admit that they made a mistake and that this is real.
Disney
And the
don't make
reason is
mistakes.
because they have a big announcement coming up for the New Mutants planned already to announce that it's going straight to streaming. So everything points to this being true, and Disney has their big announcement for the New Mutants scheduled for Thursday. So I'm expecting them to officially announce that the New Mutants are coming to
I really wanted you guys to stick it through.
right now so they can announce it themselves on Thursday, but we will wait and see. So we'll have to wait till Comic-Con at home, but let me know what you think. Would you like the New
Signs
Mutants to
are
go straight to streaming,
pointing
or do
to
you want
it.
to wait a lot longer for it to hit the theaters? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe, stay up to date on all things relating to the MCU, and so you can enter this week's giveaway for a chance to win a Hawkeye Funko Pop. For
It's
live
too bad.
updates, you can follow me on
too
Twitter,
bad.
and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Wolf Wolf.
Well, thanks, Warren, for assembling this video. Look, I've said it countless times. I don't care if this movie's a piece of crap or not. I just want to come out in theaters because I feel like they've earned it by this point. Filmmakers, cast, they've been patient. They keep pushing, and then it was gonna come out, and then certain virus circumstances prevented it. Now, that being said, all signs are pointing to the fact that this is coming out on streaming. Think about it. Like, yeah, they are saying they're gonna have some major announcement. Was it gonna be another release date? No, they wouldn't do that. I feel like they're gonna do this sort of hybrid of what they did with the Cloverfield paradox, where they're saying, all right, we're moving it to streaming. It would make sense that they're gonna be doing that, moving it to streaming. And I think you can make a big splash if you do that. I think you can have buzz about it. I think you could have excitement. I actually think they'd make more of a buzz if they said it's coming out this weekend.
That would be the way to galvanize people the most, is like to really drop it in as this major surprise, don't even have the anticipation factor, just it's here.
Yeah.
You know?
It would be very exciting, and it would generate a lot more anticipation, a lot more eyes on it. There's things about this that just seem so suspicious at the same time, because this could easily be a doctored New Mutants trailer. The one thing that raises my skepticism that it is doctored is the fact that they said there's new footage in here, right? That's at least what Warren was saying.
That's the main thing I was sitting there going, because all those interstitial blue cards with the fonts and stuff look very basic, and I mean that Disney Plus, bumper at the end is available on so many things. It wouldn't be hard to do that, and yeah, the one thing I was wondering is there new footage?
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing that, hey, I wouldn't put it past somebody. If you can leak this successfully and make everybody believe it's true, then maybe you could hack some footage for yourself. But at the same time, that is the biggest piece of evidence, and I feel like given this time that we're in and the fact that they have a movie ready to go, already pretty heavily marketed, and they can drop it and perhaps maybe not lose a lot on the theatrical rollout now, I guess it probably became one of those strategic decisions.
Yeah, I would say that most people probably want this to happen. I think most people are hoping that they would just go to streaming. I think there's very few out there like us who supported just waiting for it to go in the theaters.
Would have been nice.
But hey, what are you gonna do, right?
Maybe the drive-ins will show it.
Yeah, that's exciting.
It is. I haven't gotten to go yet, but it's cool. They're back.
You can't say it's exciting if you haven't gotten to go yet.
I'm excited.
It could be boring as crap.
Well, judging by how engaging a movie is, I'm gonna guess it's still kind of alright.
It all depends. I mean, I did hear that there was contracting issues that dealt with, because it's all kind of confusing. Everything from HBO to Warner Brothers, to Marvel and Disney, and even with Netflix involved. You'd think that Disney made this movie so they have the rights to it, and Disney now owns Fox, so this should be a pretty simple deal to land. It gets muddied for all companies at this point.
Yeah, because Disney, they acquired the movie, and I think this was originally a part of some deal where all the X-Men stuff that was carried over was supposed to go to HBO Max, and now they've clearly probably worked that out, or who knows, maybe they'll announce some kind of simultaneous thing.
Yeah.
That could be an unexpected way of diversifying even further.
What do you mean by simultaneous? That they would put this both on HBO Max and on Disney Plus?
When you say it out loud, it sounds really silly. But for a moment there, I was like, I don't know, spread it as wide as possible, see what happens. Stranger things have happened. We've seen Sony and Marvel figure stuff out,
Well, I'm also wondering, though, would this hook people into wanting to get a Disney Plus subscription if they don't have it already? You know what I mean?
For a couple hours, yeah.
I just don't.
Once they're done, they'll just
you tell me Hamilton's going on Disney Plus. I think their subscription service went up. The amount of people that decided to pledge for it. I'm wondering with New Mutants, I don't think they'd have anywhere near the same effect as Hamilton. But I'm wondering if there would be people who are like, yeah, finally. Because I feel like people have lost so much hope in this movie already. Because generally, I know there's a lot of people out there who haven't passed judgment on this yet, who are waiting for it to come out. But I think there's also a lot of people out there, I would say probably the majority, have already sold themselves that this is probably not going to be a good movie just because of all the bad things surrounding it.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll at best be fine.
It'll probably be a little bit better than some of the pessimism led you to believe, but not as good as maybe a full-on theatrical rollout might have merited.
Yeah. And I feel like for HBO, it would be a better fit.
Yeah.
Generally. But at the same time, it's like with Disney Fox, that makes more sense, the legality terms or whatever, and branding terms. But then again, in terms of branding terms...
it's very HBO to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Disney doesn't really seem keen on horror, and especially with their superhero stuff that's coming up, they're like, I don't think we want to go too horror.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to... Then it'll make it easier to just separate the canonical crap that constantly comes up with it's not tied to the MCU. Most of us know that, but I think you could run into an area of some minor confusion for folks. But I don't really know what the marketing people at Disney worry about when it comes to canon and inheriting X-Men and Deadpool and all these things. How are they viewing, how the mass audiences are going to be viewing this, But then again, Spider-Man readjusted pretty quick. So maybe they can do it with all these characters.
It's possible. Hey, this could be a surprise success for them. You never know.
I hope so. I'm rooting for this movie. I really am.
It would be really gratifying if it was good in some way, shape, or form.
All right, guys. Well, what do you think about this happening? Do you think that's what the big announcement's going to be? Do you think some doofus in Australia messed this up? How do you mess this up? If this is real, how do you mess this? How do you accidentally air a commercial on television in like a few days in advance?
Hey, who knows?
How do you do that? I don't get how you pull that off.
Maybe this is all part of the master plan for Disney. Maybe Disney is throwing out misinformation so that we're all like, oh, September 4th, when really that's just the Australian release date, and it will just drop this Thursday in the States.
We'll see. I mean, they'll be competing with The Eyes for the Boys, which are the same audience as Disney Plus.
I feel like the boy's gonna win that fight.
Guys, subscribe to Cosmic Wonder if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click our notification bell to get notified whenever we got a new YouTube video up. Hey, hit that like button. Share, comment, YouTube crap. Speaking of YouTube crap, Victoria Huntley. Victoria, haven't talked to you in a while. I don't know how things have been. I know that in the UK, everything with COVID is still kind of... However, I hope you're being safe. I hope you and your fiance are having a really good time of intimacy during this time of quarantining and such. Hope you guys are powering through it and just connecting and getting to know each other on a stronger level. Same goes with your family. And hey, if you like the New Mutants, you got a whole bunch of characters you can choose from of who you want to cosplay as. Ooh. You know, Magic, Wolfsbane, Mirage.
Dude, yeah.
So many characters you can choose from.
Cannonball!
So why don't you watch New Mutants when it comes out and then go, yeah, next year's at-home Comic Con I will cosplay. Woo. What are you cosplaying as this week? Nothing? Is it just depressing? Oh.
That's quarantine-timacy. Yeah.
Always end on a strong one.